probably will get Nightwing
because it's
if you
part of
guys
the
have enough. Yeah.
We should have enough, and it's
recording,
Joker
by the way.
War. So hey everybody,
Hey-o!
welcome. Let's talk comics. Woo! Hashtag. We're gonna hashtag that one.
Ben, this is what you
hashtag
get
it for
when
you,
you
yeah.
encourage him to
Hashtag Let's talk comics.
do the thing.
So this is, and I announced this to my wife yesterday. This is the first big week for comics we've had in 3 months.
How many did you say you had?
Shut up. So I can knock one of these out, maybe 2, but just
Of how many?
Like, I had 23 on my list.
Let's do this part.
Big list. All right.
All right.
Let's talk comics.
All right. Hi guys, and welcome to the Printed Panel Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
Let's talk comics.
Yes. All right. Hashtag it. Let's talk comics. Are we done?
Yeah, I'm
we're
done.
done.
That's
Okay,
it.
we're done.
That's the
That's
episode.
the
That's
tag.
the whole.
That's the only
That's
tag
the
we
whole
got for
episode.
today.
Yep. So big week. This is the June the 10th drop.
Yes.
And honestly, guys, we're probably going to record this as quickly as possible because we have a very special guest coming that we're looking forward to sitting down with
Have an interview with
and talking about a brand new comic writer who is going to sweep the industry. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We just happen to be friends with him.
So, and he's owner of the comic book store which I work. So
Wait, a spoiler alert, man.
So we June 10th. This is the first big week we've had in 3 months.
This is what I would almost call this getting back to normal.
This is almost back to normal.
It's not quite there, but it's pretty darn close.
So I'm talking to my wife yesterday, and I'm looking at my list. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Heather, I've got 23 books. She's like, you have a problem. I said, no, I don't. No, I don't have a problem. I don't.
You do, in fact, have a
I just
problem.
like to read a lot of stuff.
So there was an episode of My Name is Earl that talked about you can't have an awesomeness problem and pour some sugar on that. But we talked about some of your lists before, and you do, in fact, have a problem.
But I mean, none of this is
so
weird.
let's start them out, man.
So I mean, and honestly, I do kind of want to read this, but at the same time,
let's talk about that Ablaze book.
So I've kind of read this, but at the same time, I'm going to listen to your opinion on this one. So Ablaze says Cimmerian Red Nails #1. Now I really was interested in this book a long time ago when we first talked about it, and then they did the.
So what they're doing, what Ablaze is doing, is they're taking the original Conan stories, Queen of the Black Coast, Red Nails. I assume we'll get the Grim Grey God at some point
If they're able to print it.
I forget the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Ashes of, no. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. My Robert Howard just went.
But these are the actual books, not the graphic novel, not the comic
But they're
books.
doing them as single issues,
Right.
And in a way, I think it's cool. And I read Queen of the Black Coast, and the art did not appeal to me. Just the very round, stylized characters.
Yeah. Almost Sergio Aragonés grew a little bit.
If it had gone a little further that way, it would have been good because it was that.
Yeah, it was almost a grew, but not right. Yeah.
But yeah, their physiques were almost grotesque.
Yeah, a little bit.
And so it took away their proportions. It was almost as if Rob Liefeld had drawn it. No. Okay,
no.
so I want to address that very quickly. I've decided I'm going to stop bashing Liefeld after that last parting shot. I mean, in all, I was very offended by him jumping on us, but it's other people's rights to take offense.
Sure.
And
whatever.
Our podcast is very much about the positives.
We do try to do that.
So
Yeah,
this is a good example. Yeah. We both read a book. I didn't care for the art. The story was directly from Robert Howard. I've read it 1,000 times.
Well, it is unusual for me and you to say, I don't like this, even though the story's good, but the art is bad. It's unusual for us to do that.
And it's not just art. They added a lot of profanity, and
which wasn't part of the books.
Which was not part of the books, and an over-the-top sexuality.
Right.
And dude, I have no problem with Conan getting his freak on. That's cool if that's what you want to read, and if this book is for you, great. But it is not for me.
But that's not what Robert Howard wanted. That's not what he espoused in his books, really. Yes, Conan is a horn dog, and he will, you know, and the women are attracted to him, but he never really explicitly put those in his books. It wasn't really his intent.
The love scenes were more implied. Now, granted, that may have been the times, and if Robert Howard were alive today, he might be writing smut. But
Robert Howard today,
also, if those were written today, they'd probably be very homoerotic. I mean, let's just be honest.
Because it's the kind of thing. So, Cimmerian Red Nails #1 from Ablaze.
I'm skipping it.
That's okay. AWA has Archangel #2 coming out.
Archangel 8.
Archangel 8 #2. Excuse me, I had to put it 8.
No, I didn't put that on my list. I did see it on Diamond's solicitation.
I'm actually really excited about it. It was a good book. It was Punisher-esque. It was nice.
It's Punisher meets Spawn.
Yeah. That's kind of why I think it's exciting,
And you might talk me into it. This is one of those that I didn't put on my list, but I give you a little bit of room when I come to pick up my books to go.
And I quite bluntly, I want to support AWA. They've done a great job in what they're doing, and they're putting out good books.
And I'm going to support them with Year One and
Resistance.
No, I didn't like it either.
You do Hotel?
No.
Red Room? No.
Red Border.
Red Border.
No. They've got a couple coming out. What was the mom one?
Oh yeah, that looked really good. Bad Mom. Yeah. So, yeah.
And she also has a big machine gun. So
big machine guns. We like
I
that.
definitely want to support AWA, but it was like I know also my taste.
You have nothing from Aftershock, right?
What's coming out this week?
Artemis and the Assassin #2.
Yeah, I don't want that one.
Join the Future #2.
See, that's a harder for me. So I didn't get Join the Future #1 when it released. You found me a copy because you just ranted and raved about how good it was. I read it and I see the value of the story. I also know it's not a story for me. So it's like, again,
you might try #2.
You might talk me into.
And then, of course, Undone by Blood #3. I know that's not your thing. It's that cowboy thing, but it's revenge, and I'm really excited. But we both have stuff from Boom.
Yes.
Boom, we have Faithless 2 #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faithless, very interesting story about sleeping with the devil, and this is we talked about that erotica kind of feel. Boy, this and it's funny. And I don't want Conan to be borderline pornographic, but fully pornographic.
But you want Brian Azzarello to continue writing because it's Brian Azzarello because he's amazing.
Hits. It absolutely hits.
And the other one from Boom for me is Something Is Killing the Children #7. I really enjoyed this book. I cannot recommend it more.
Written by?
It is, of course, written by our friend James Tynan IV. So
who we've never spoken to even once.
He's still our friend because he makes amazing books. So he's a friend of mine.
At this point,
James, if you'd like to, I would actually be willing to go half-seas with David, pay for a ticket for you to come and hang out with us in Knoxville. I'm good with that.
We'll buy you Bojangles, which Cullen Bunn likes.
Cullen Bunn liked this, so you're going to love it.
Clearly.
So then we've got what? DC is coming up as well.
Yeah,
right?
Big DC week, and thank God we had DC last week because if we didn't, we wouldn't have had a week at all.
So I know there was nothing.
So Batman: The Adventures Continue.
So
#1.
Yeah. Well, no, Batman '92. Let's start with that first.
Oh, I cannot believe I missed writing down.
What's wrong with you? Batman '92, the biggest event so far of this year of Batman. Yes. We've had the first appearance.
I think you could have just said the biggest event this year.
Okay. Well,
what else have comics done?
But there's more this year coming. It's just June. I mean, anyway. So
just June. We're halfway through the year.
So Batman '92. This is going to be not Hurt. This is going to be the origin. No, the origin story is in Joker. Yeah, this is a big one with Punchline, where she actually gets a cover of her own, and we actually have dialogue from her. She actually meets Harley in this first issue. Pretty cool. And then, of course, we're talking about Batman Adventures #1, which you said. I cannot wait for that.
So, Bruce Timm's writing?
Yes.
So, it's not
the animated series.
It's not Paul Dini's art.
No, but it's close.
And my understanding is this is going to go more after Deathstroke and other characters that are...
But it's in the vein of the animated series.
Yeah.
Which we both... I mean, you grew up on a little bit more than me, but that was more... it's more my son's generation, but
I'm going to say it's probably the best cartoon of the 90s.
Yeah, very much so. The Spider-Man was close second. Yeah. Pretty great.
I mean, I would put Batman Beyond in there next.
Batman's Grave #7 is coming out. Warren Ellis, phenomenal book. It's what he doesn't say in the book that makes it great. We have the Joker 80th anniversary issue. Mm-hmm. There are like 15 covers of this thing. They're all beautiful. This is going to be Punchline's origin story is in this, which I'm very excited about. Yes.
So, okay.
That's been speculated for years.
In our review episode, we're going to talk about the Catwoman 80th anniversary episode, which we're going to record our special in between.
There's a big character in that.
There's a huge character in that. But that to me tells me that it is in continuity. Because if Punchline's origin is going to be in continuity in an 80th anniversary special, not to be spoiled in the previews episode, will definitely be there.
We have
Justice League 46,
Absolutely.
and Flash 755.
I've got Legion of Superheroes number 6. I'm very excited
You
about
didn't
this
expect
one.
to point at me and me say Legion of Superheroes, right?
I did not.
Okay.
But Legion of Superheroes, there's several first appearances in this book. And apparently, in either 8 or 9, there's going to be a new Lantern.
So, interestingly enough, I realized my problem with Legion of Superheroes the other night. The cast is too big, which is ironic given that the title is Legion. Like, I can't... With Justice League, you've got this big group. And I kind of like everybody in the group. There's I could care less about
But
Cyborg.
currently, you've got 5 people, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the current Justice League
And-
run. And Justice League
but-
historically has been 50 or 60 people. But
Legion is literally hundreds of characters, dozens per issue, and I just don't. I can't do that.
I've been reading since I was a kid, so I really enjoyed Legion of Superheroes. Mark Waid did a run a few years ago that was just amazing.
Got to admit, if Mark Waid was writing it, I would be really tempted.
It's
So,
really hard.
do you
not
have
to-
anything else from DC?
I have
Sorry.
Nightwing 71. That
Yes.
should be a big one because it is a tie into Joker War.
I've got. I
haven't read Nightwing at all recently.
I've got
so
70 that I haven't read yet, and I said
it's the beginning of Joker
I'm
War.
not going to read 70 until the next part of the Joker War comes out, and then not paying attention. I read Detective Comics this week, and it actually ties into Joker War.
Right.
And
So we got Image coming up next. What's some Image?
oh, there's good stuff from Image this week.
Really
so
good.
Matt Factions, Adventure Man
Man
number one with
Terry Dodson.
Rachel and Terry Dodson.
Exactly.
Doing the art for it.
Fantastic. I love
You either love Terry Dodson art or you hate it.
Oh, it's amazing.
And I love it.
It's amazing. I mean, and again, very
To me, it looks like Zatanna doing this book, but that's okay.
I mean, yeah, it really kind of does.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got these amazing characters that they're well drawn, and he did a Wonder Woman run, he did a Zatanna run. Rachel and Terry, excuse me.
I think I need the Dodsons.
The Dodsons. Yeah, they've done these
I
amazing.
think I
runs
may
of
need to
comics.
see that Wonder Woman run. I don't think I've
It's
ever read
amazing.
it.
It's amazing.
So
The book itself is well written because it's kind of like it's reinvigorating Wonder Woman. The Themyscirians are kind of back into the fold, so that's pretty cool.
So, guys, if you didn't pick up Decorum number 1, you may want to go find you a copy this week
Cheated
because
yourself.
Decorum number 2 is coming out.
So, by the way,
and you need all those data sheets.
I always find something interesting. So I always look at our Diamond listing to come out, what's coming into our store. So pull it up on Thursday, and you look at the beginning, and it says, because there's always a list of things you can return. But Decorum number 1 is they wanted you to destroy, not to return it, not to tear the cover off, but to destroy. I'm like, why are we destroying this book? So, yeah, interesting.
Limit availability and increase value in the secondary market.
So,
and then Undiscovered Country number 6.
Fantastic. I'm going to get Philadelphia number 7.
I've given up on the idea of resisting Undiscovered Country. Ben was nice enough to get us those cool signed copies.
Oh my God! Did we tell you about this? So our listener and friend and comic book subscriber here, Ben Myers, he went to Midtown Comics. He knew our birthdays were back to back, and he actually found double signed copies of these at Midtown Comics, and he bought us each a copy.
Yeah.
It was like, and he brought them in. We're like stunned. Like,
Yeah.
where did you get this? Like Midtown Comics. Like, seriously? And he's like, yeah, but it's no big deal. I'm like, oh my God, that's so. Thank you so much, Ben. We appreciate everything.
Yeah, no, I have to read it all.
I have one from IDW this week. It's Wellington number 4. I have enjoyed the series. It's Aaron Mahnke. I've really liked kind of where they're going to go with this, so I've enjoyed
Well,
it.
at the end, he ends up being a broiled dish.
Yes, it's true.
That's
I heard
all
that.
it is.
I heard that, yeah.
So Marvel.
What do you have for Marvel?
I've really only got 2 books.
I have one more than you.
Excalibur number 10 and New Mutants number 10.
Daredevil number 20 plus those.
Chip Zdarsky.
I really have to get you in a Zdarsky run, man. It's
it's
I'm going to
interesting.
buy you the first graphic novel.
I
That way you
love
can try it.
Zdarsky. I have never been a fan of Daredevil.
I think once you read this, you'll see the humanity he does. Really, he brings this humanity to, anyway. So
That's I think maybe my problem with Daredevil all along is he's too
human?
human a character.
one more from me.
Oh, did we talk about Boom?
Yeah, we talked about Boom. We talked about Boom. There's one more from
I didn't
me.
alphabetize my page. I'm all messed up.
What's wrong with you? You're the one talking. Okay. So, one more from me, and it's Oni Press. It is Rick and Morty Go to Hell. This is one I didn't think you were going to be interesting because you're more of a D&D person. That's why you got the Rick and Morty stuff. I got that.
So I love Rick and Morty.
Right. The comics are different. They're a different. They're a different spin. So there have been, of course, rumors that they're going to do the D&D stuff actually on the show. Well, yeah, I haven't figured out if they're actually doing it or not. But Rick and Morty Go to Hell, I'm actually very interested in because there's not enough of the show out right now. They're not producing enough, so I kind of have to get my fill somewhere. So, and I am definitely a Pickle Rick fan. So.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the most recent season?
I've seen a couple of them. Yeah, they're pretty amazing. So
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
and not
It ends. Every season ends on this super down note, man. Yeah. Well, let's go do the more fun thing we're gonna do today. But
yeah, we have a little interview coming up. We're gonna post that again here in just a bit. But
this is the most normal week of comics that we've had in a long time.
I know. So I just and there have been some controversy from DC Comics this week, which we're going to
talk about that much later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
this is going to be a very interesting time for comics coming through. So today, but the June 10th, make sure you set the date because it is going to be amazing to have a huge influx of customers that are going to be buying Batman 92.
Batman 92 with that awesome punchline cover.
It's beautiful.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
Good thing you don't have to walk around now.
Yeah, I mean, I actually can